On the text line, Pete, I've rarely agreed with any of Mayor Lucas's positions, but applaud his comments about the need to emphasize family and the involvement of fathers in children's lives. Great interview. Also on the text line, Pete, excellent Mayor Q today on the value of family and specifically fathers. I believe this point was the most significant missed opportunity in Barack Obama's 8 years. He mentioned it early on in his first term, and then he dropped it. He had a chance to reshape the way black men and black communities think about fathers and totally wimped out. That has been a big loss for the country. Listen, the data is clear. I know this is like, controversial. Like NPR is not going to talk about this. The woke goober show over at KCMO, who are absolutely smoking in the ratings, they're not going to touch this thing with a 10-foot pole because they don't have the stones to do it. And because they want to, do the whole woke-a-doke thing of, we just need more government money to spend on programs to make sure kids turn out better. You need to pay more taxes. No, we need our freaking dads in the house. That's what we need. 85% of youths in prison come from fatherless homes. That's a fact. 85% of youths in prisons come from fatherless homes. Okay? Data. 63% of black children live in single-parent families. Data. Other racial groups. 24% of white children live in single-parent families. 16% of Asian children live in single-parent families. And people want to make it white versus black. It's really not. The highest earning racial group in this country is Asian American. It's not whites, it's Asian American. They also happen to be the group that has the most traditional family structure. The most two-parent households are in the Asian American community, not the white community, the Asian American community. There is a direct correlation between two-parent households and your ability to succeed in school, stay out of prison, and live a fruitful life and have a chance at the American dream. The data backs it up. And we have spent the last 60 years, basically, and we've seen the number of children living only with their mothers doubling since 1968. And a large part of that has been in the black household. But if I said this in 2020, which I did, by the way, or in 2021, it was, you can't, as a white man, you can't say that. I'm reading you data. And I'm coming to a very obvious conclusion out of that data. It's not anti-anybody. It's just, geez, if I put 2 and 2 together and get 4, then maybe we should figure out the formula that makes this work. The politicians don't want to do it, especially the Democratic politicians, because they have spent 60 years telling you that if you give them power and you let them build programs that spend money that really just make them and their friends rich, they can fix all these issues, whether there's a father in the household or not. Just give them power, give them more of your tax dollars, and they'll fix all your issues. It's not reality. Never has been. And to hear Mayor Lucas on a morning like this say that is important and matters because, as he's noted, he grew up with a single mother. But here's the thing. He was the exception. He was the exception. But if it's, and I'll give him credit, listen, there's plenty we've disagreed on. But if men like him can come around and actually hit that message hard and not deviate off of that message, even when it gets tough on social media and it gets tough politically, this country is going to be much better off. But you can't, you got to stand strong on it because there's a faction of the far left that's going to come after you when you say that. Alfonso in Blue Springs, what's happening, man?
The problem with our culture is that as a black man from the inner city is that we don't demonize people who are successful who do it morally wrong. So like Cam Newton just had a podcast where he has 8 kids and with 3 different baby mamas, and we don't demonize him for that, or we don't demonize 50 Cent, or starting having had a podcast where he has 8 kids starting out with 3 different baby mamas, starting out with selling drugs.
Yeah.
or Quinton Lucas is not going to stand for school choice.
Mm-hmm.
So until we start caring for somebody else, we're not going to actually improve our community.
Thank you, Alfonso. I'm getting the feedback on the radio, man. I know you want to hear yourself, but it makes it tough for us. You're spot on, though. There's a lot of other things to get to on this front, a lot of other angles to this. But what Mayor Lucas just said is, frankly, the most important thing that needs to be said. And that is pressure from inside the community. I can say it all day, but let's be honest. It's not the same when I say it, okay? That's just a fact. When a man who leads this city, who is the product of a single mother, and a black man says it, and by the way, he is, for all the things we disagree on, appear to be a very good family man, wife, 2 kids, in the house, obviously. That makes a difference, a big difference. And I hope that he can stay firm on that message because, man, we need it.